Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And here we are today with a live chat. This is the first time we've done one of these chats. And as you can see, beside me on the screen is definitely one of the organ world's royalty members. Am I allowed to say that? A member of royalty, a concert organ god in the organ world. But of course, not only an organist. We're talking to a gentleman here who is a world famous piano player, a world famous conductor. And dare I say it, just a general nice guy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wonderful, the amazing Mr. Wayne Marshall.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all, actually. Nice to. Thanks, Fraser, for your wonderful introduction.
I'm going to throw a couple of quick fire things at you, if I may. It's an A or B situation here. Town hall transcriptions or Bach trio sonatas?
I think the former.
Duruflé or Howells?
Duruflé.
Why?
It's a bit of both composers are very important. I mean, look.
Oh yeah.
As a church musician, I mean, Howells's church music is in a league of its own.
Yeah.
When I think of the perfect piece of church music, must be the Colreg Te Deum.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say Colreg. It has to be, doesn't it?
That Te Deum is, I think, there's something about it. When you hear it, you see kings. You're inside the chapel. The whole. Yeah. There's something about that piece which is. It's a great piece of music.
Absolutely wonderful.
So I mean, I'm not too great a fan of Howells's organ music. I mean, I have to say, I don't really play a lot of it. I mean, there's some exciting pieces like the Saraband for the Morning of Easter, the third Rhapsody, for instance.
Yeah.
And even the second Rhapsody is also, but there's a lot of the E major, but there's a lot of stuff that, it's not really my cup of tea. But Maurice Duruflé, on the other hand, of course, being, French composer, and his music is,
it's perfection, isn't it?
In another league altogether.
Absolutely.
Next question, sir. Next question.
Classical organ, theatre organ.
Well, classical organ for me. I mean, I'm not really a theatre organist.
You have played them?
Yeah, I've played some. Yeah, but it's a very different style of playing. I mean, all this. If I had to play a theatre organ or give me a Steinway Grand, I'd have the Steinway Grand any day.
Okay.
But I mean, there are theatre organists who can really play. I would not be. I'd be doing myself an injustice to sit down in front of a theatre organist and try to do all the tricks. It's a special. I mean, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's played well, I love it, and so I leave it to the experts.
Good answer. Very politically correct answer. No, I think you're absolutely right. Okay, well, I think I shan't put you on the spot anymore with any of those quickfire questions. We don't want to offend anybody out there. That's not what what we want to start doing. What about the other side of Wayne Marshall's life? What, you must have some hobbies and interests. Is there anything, when you're not performing or not involved with music? What do you do with yourself?
Well, let's talk about the things that, I mean, a lot of things, of course, are involved in music. I love recording and all of this. I love it. As I said, this situation in the last couple of years has really brought me to the fore in terms of discovering all about different technologies of recording and using social media, and it's a little bit like an obsession.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I definitely do. Yeah.
Webcams and lighting and different programs and microphones and different recorders and stuff like that. I mean, the list is endless. But I think this is the thing. I mean, this day and age now, we have so much social media around, and we have so many different devices and gadgets. iPhones have suddenly become not just phones, but cameras and
cinema cameras now, aren't they?
Cameras and all this. But still, there's a lot of rubbish out there. That's a problem, and when you are recording, you've got to do it right.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid, I'm sorry to say this, but an iPhone cannot replace, having good microphones. And, I mean, the cameras are actually very good in them.
Yeah, that's
but,
true.
They sound, I can't say the words on this program, but,
Yes, you can.
No, I can't, no. But, you've got to have some good microphones. And there are programs that if you get an audio interface,
Yep.
you can then combine that and put that into the phone with the microphones, and then it can get a really good sound.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I'm looking at if I get a recording, or if I get a video, I look at it, and it may look good, but the sound is hellish. I'm not going to look at it again. Yeah. And it's a shame, because so many of these things are out there. So
yep.
as I say to everybody, I mean, if you're going to make a recording, especially if you're going to make do it right, and you don't have to spend millions to do it.
No.
Just get hold of a couple of decent microphones, and a decent camera, light it properly, get the camera in the right place, yep. and do it right. Because at the end of the day, we want to look at it and watch it or hear it again and again and again. Yeah. What is it about these recordings that have been made that wants you to go back and listen to it? Mm-hmm. It's because it's been done well.
It's been done properly.
Do it right. That's what I try. I'm sure that you do the same thing. That's what I'm always striving for, is to make it look and sound good.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, it's a simple. When I started at YouTube a few years ago, I wasn't interested in the camera side of things. I was just using my mobile phone at the time. It was an old iPhone we had, just using that. But I always made sure that the sound was recorded well, and I saved up for some really decent microphones. Like you said, they don't have to be the most expensive, but for an organ, I think they have to be the right kind of microphone. You have to have an omnidirectional microphone.
Omnidirectional microphones for organ, and you need to spend some money. I mean, I've got Neumann KM183s.
Nice.
And they're very good microphones.
Yeah.
They're very good. One does need to boost the EQ a little bit at the top end of it.
A little bit, yeah.
But
they capture the bottom end beautifully, don't they?
Yeah, the bottom end is fine. But the most important thing is to get them in the right place. You need to put them not miles away from the instrument, put them next to the instrument, get them up close. Mm-hmm. These recordings of organs that sound as if the microphones are placed in Timbuktu and the organ is in Manchester or something. It's got to be, you've got to, I mean, the room is important, but we hear the room. Yes, we hear it, but we need to hear the instrument.
Yeah. And if you have, like you said, if you have the right microphones, they're going to pick up the room anyway.
Exactly. With omnidirection, they're going to pick it up anyway.
Exactly.
So get close to the source. You need to be close to the source of the recording, which is the instrument. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Get that sounding right. Everything's right then.
Perfect. That sounds good. Now,
very simple, really.
Theoretically, yes. I spent a long time working with studios back in the 90s, and occasionally we did some church work where we'd have to go and record an organ, and we were very fortunate. The guy who he only did church recordings, this guy, that was his only job, and he knew he could just walk into a church, walk around the church, someone would play the organ, he knew exactly where the microphones had to be, get them right up high next to the pipes, and if they were up high in themselves, get the right position, nice stereo, end of story. 2 microphones, that was it.
Yeah, can be done with that.
Absolutely.
Nowadays I use 3. Very good friend of mine, who I work a lot.
Okay.
And there's always, if you have if it's a wide stereo, then you need something in the middle.
Okay.
And this is something that I mean, Decca used to use the same trick as well. What they call the Decca tree.
Yes.
They always have this.
Oh yes.
There's always this way that they have it. It's very interesting. But actually having this third microphone in the middle, which is just you've got left, right, and then center. Okay,
so it's sort of gluing everything together then.
Yeah, and you get this bit in the middle, which is always seems a bit lacking, and it fills. It's a very recent thing. It's a very recent thing. But again, this is something that I like, and 3 identical microphones. They need to be, of course.
Okay, that sounds all right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
If there was a wide, if it's a wide, because you do need a bit of a, you do need some width.
Yep.
Good meter and whatever it is that you have to have there. But this one in the middle is very, very important.
Okay, that's a nice idea. I shall try that.
Try it.
I shall try that.
As long as you've got 3 identical microphones, or something, or you've got one which is, but then you have to sort of just, you'll hear it on.
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
As I said, it's a very interesting thing. It's only because of this pandemic, and then just becoming so aware of a lot of stuff that's been put up on YouTube. And I mean, how, the playing may be great, but the sound is just,
yeah,
and that's such a shame, really.
It ruins it, doesn't it?
It does, because then you don't want to see it or hear it again, because
that's it. Exactly. It puts people off. While we're talking about technology, final question for today. I'm looking at the time and I'm realizing you've got a concert to get to, so I don't want to keep you up for too much longer. Right. The modern organ world, there's this wonderful new movement. Now, we have talked about this privately before, I know, so I maybe know what's coming, but let's hear your answer live. New technology in the organ world, digital organs, Hauptwerk, that kind of thing. What's your take on that?
I love them. I wish I could have one. I'd love to have one. I think they're amazing. Yeah. And, I'm talking to the man who has one. So, I mean, I would love to have the instrument that you have at home. Because, I mean, you present your programs, and of course you've got the instrument there. You don't have to sort of set up microphones in church, and you just take the sound directly out of it into your mixer, and it's fabulous. It's like being there. It's great. Yeah. No, I'm all for that. I mean, I would love to be able to get hold of some samples of some organs, and I would just love to to have as a Hauptwerk sample.
Ooh. Okay. I think we need to talk about this another time.
But what's on the market at the moment, I mean, is remarkable, really. The thing that is well, it would be wonderful to be able to bring one of these into the concert hall, but because they're always recorded as a wet sample, if it's a dry sample, then that's by wet I mean it's recorded in the building. You have the building as part of the recording. Yeah. A dry sample is where you have no reverberation at all, but just So it would be wonderful to be able to use one of these with in a concert hall, but it's a little bit difficult because of the two the disparity between the concert hall acoustic and the acoustic of the sample set. Right.
So a lot of sample set creators now they're doing sort of multi-channel recordings, and a lot of them are now getting they're recording right up at the mouths of the pipes. Yeah, that's about as dry as it can get. So a lot of them have taken that into account.
Yes.
So I think that's definitely that. And of course, one of the ideas behind Hauptwerk is if a church, let's say a small church, can't necessarily afford a new pipe organ, they might be able to afford a small console and a PC and a few speakers and install Hauptwerk that way. So they would have dry samples ready for church use. So it's definitely part of the equation, and it's coming along in leaps and bounds. There's a long way to go.
Well, because I mean the thing with the digital organ, of course, is the audio. That's the thing that you had to spend a lot of money on the audio. It's not just a question of having a couple of speakers, because don't forget the dynamic range of an organ is immense. So the speaker layout for that has got to project that. You need big woofers for the bass, and as you go higher, the speakers get smaller. Simple as that. Like the pipes, you've got these huge pipes, the bottom end. You've got the very small pipes at the upper end, so the speakers need to reflect that, and that's where it's all about. It's all about the audio and the amplification it needs to power that. Yeah. So it's and then you're mixing all the sounds together. You can't just have all the frequencies coming out of one speaker, which has been the main thing of all these digital organs. Yeah. The earlier like analog instruments or whatever, but
that's gone back a bit now, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah, it's come on these about, but I love these instruments, and I would love to come and try the instrument that you have. I'd love to come over to
anytime.
Find you. I'll find you one day, Fraser.
You know where I am.
Yeah, I'll come and come over there.
Definitely. I think we need to sort something out on a live basis at some point.
We got to meet up, definitely, man.
Definitely. Wayne Marshall, It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you this afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. I know you've got a very busy schedule this week, and you're probably about to go and have a quick shower and get changed for this evening's concert. So I won't take up any more of your time, but thank you so much for agreeing to take part in our little chit chat this afternoon. And I hope we get the chance to do it again.
We will, my friend. Absolutely. It's been really
Yeah.
good to see you, and thanks a lot for the invitation to come and chat. I've really enjoyed it, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. And I love your broadcasts, your weekly broadcasts, and I'll certainly check in again later on this evening. But you're on it.
Oh, you won't. You will be out having a party after your concert.
Yeah, but afterwards I'll watch it. I always like to look at them online because I'm always interested in all your technology and
Thank you very much. And good. For everyone else watching, don't forget to go and check out Wayne's channel. Am I right in saying that your channel will be filled with lots of new content coming soon with all this new technology that you've just purchased?
I hope so.
Am I allowed to say that?
I've got to just have the time. Well, I'm at home, some weeks now, so I've got to certainly I need to do another live concert, either at home or in the cathedral, so I can really sort of put my put it on show again. Got to do it.
Well, definitely. Well, make sure you let me know when you're going to do that, and I will get an advert out there for you. Make sure people are watching. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. We've got to do that. Yeah.
Definitely. Wayne, it's been an absolute pleasure. I wish you good luck for your concert this evening, and look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
I'm new to my friend. Absolutely. Take care.
See you then.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.